Monica Dan back with Portside Real Estate Group, and I've given you a few highlights of what happened in 2018 and what I thought was going to happen or think will happen in 2019. But just to recap, in 2018, the most amount of transactions happened since that data was recorded, so in at least 20 years. Over 4,100 sides of the transaction happened. So there's that piece. The median sold price was around $310,000, and the average days on market was 12, which is quite staggering. The median list to sell ratio was 102.4%. So we are seeing very limited inventory that is resulting in higher prices due to pent-up demand. As of right now, home values are staying quite steady for while sales are down, and sales are down staggeringly by about 12% year over year. There was the government shutdown, which really stalled many of the loans to be funded, but there were a lot of other factors like seasonality, which is still a thing in Maine. So for 2019, we are expecting a more balanced market. So we should start to see a slowing of about 3 to 4% rather than the 8 to 10% that we've been seeing. Hopefully we will start to see fewer bidding wars and multiple offers. There are some ways in which there is more inventory coming out, and that's new construction. We're seeing new construction a lot in Saco. We're also seeing it at Stroudwater Preserve in Portland, starting at $400,000. There's Maxwell Woods in Cape Elizabeth, which offers single-story living condos, starting point in the fives. So there is some new construction happening, which we hope will alleviate some of the pent-up demand that we've had historically for the past few years in the Maine housing market. So what's been happening this year so far for the last 2 months? In Yarmouth, Cumberland, Falmouth, Portland, South Portland, and Cape Elizabeth, we have been seeing that homes have been on the market for a little bit longer than the average last year. The average days on market in February for Cumberland and Yarmouth were around 80. So I think that that's due to a little bit of stale inventory, but we should start to see the market perk up again in the next couple of weeks as the flowers come out. So the median price in Cumberland and Portland and Cape Elizabeth are in the fives. In Yarmouth right now, the median price is in the 800s because there's just such limited inventory. And then in South Portland, it's around $350,000. So that is kind of all that I have for you right now. One last thing is that the Cumberland housing market saw an increase from November through February of 3.5% in prices, while York County saw an increase of 10%. So again, staggering numbers. Prices are on the rise, but what we hope is a more balanced market in 2019.